Welcome to Etepukuin's The Place to Be Reviews. I am Etepukuin, your humble host, but you may call me Pete. I am here today, coming back from vacation. Hope everybody had a great holiday weekend. Spent some time with family, all of that. Had my son's birthday. But the world of pop culture does not sleep. Just like the city of New York and Las Vegas, they don't sleep. Neither does this ever-turning and burning wheel of just nonsense and trash. So, Little Mermaid, Little Black Mermaid haters, you need to let it go by Princess Weeks. This was released at 1:32 p.m. today. It's taken me 3 hours to read and digest this article, and this is the young lady who will be... This is Ariel. This is Ariel Black. It was a meme, font meme that I found and posted last night. I thought it was kind of funny. Okay. We're going to go through this article. I don't really have a dog in this fight. I was on the Mary Sue and I saw this. A lot of YouTube channels covering it. I've seen the movie, obviously. Grew up with younger sisters. So I watched this movie before. I've seen it a few times. I shan't be watching the remake because, frankly, my son's not going to care about The Little Mermaid. If he did, he could watch it. Cool, whatever, no big deal. But I'm not really worried about watching The Little Mermaid. I just think it's kind of funny that this is such a hot button issue when it's so... it doesn't work. This just does not work. It's proven it doesn't work. And why don't you just take Shaft and make him like Michael Cera or, Richard Dreyfuss or something like that. Just let's just level the playing field here. It'll just be funny. So anyway, Princess Weeks. Since the news broke at the start of the 4th of July weekend that grownish actress and singer Halle Bailey was going to star as the red-haired vixen of the sea Ariel from The Little Mermaid, the discourse has not stopped. Is having a black mermaid, quote-unquote, realistic? Sis, mermaids ain't real. And she's probably sitting there going, mermaids ain't real, sis. Clapping her hands. Is this revolutionary? No. Is it discriminatory towards redheads? No. And how much of this discussion is based on real people and how much of it are bots and marketing tactics to hype up a Disney movie trying to bank on more than just nostalgia of the original, or bots and trolls trying to fan the flames of culture war? First and foremost, to the racists who are up in arms because they've had to see Archie Andrews, Iris West Allen, Starfire, Jimmy Olsen, MJ of a Type, so many others, and now Ariel being played by black people and other people of color, all I can say to you, all I can say to you, that makes no sense. That's piss poor writing. Orange is the new black, and we're coming for Poison Ivy next, so stay ready. Excuse me, I'm gonna go find a gun. Oh my God, we coming for Poison Ivy next, so stay ready, y'all. Oh my God. Oh. I don't know what that means. So you want to make Poison Ivy black? I don't care. Does it really matter anymore? I mean, it does if you want to make money, but get woke, go broke. So you go ahead, Disney, and do this and see what happens. It's Disney, so there's still going to be, and I don't care that they're making her black. Like I said, I really don't have a dog in the fight. I just think that people like this Princess Weeks, who they dismiss everything, every criticism of this as racism, are just absolutely ridiculous themselves. She's just as bad as somebody who's a racist, who's throwing pejoratives and epithets around just because the race swap of the character of Ariel. And we talk about memes later on, and I had a good one, but we'll talk about that later. But seriously, the hubbub about Ariel's race is the typical controversy anytime they cast someone non-white in a traditionally white role. Never mind asking if they are the right person for the job, and if Ariel's race or ethnicity has anything to do with the story. It doesn't, according to Princess Weeks, but it automatically allows people to troll and talk about how this is a loss and make comparisons about, well, you wouldn't feel this way if it was Mulan, Tiana, Pocahontas. Mulan takes place in China and is based on a Chinese ballad myth. Machawaka was a real Powhatan woman, and Tiana is an African American woman who her story touches on the racism and sexism of that era. Ariel from Disney's Little Mermaid is from an unidentified part of the ocean. Is she a saltwater or freshwater mermaid? Who knows? Who has a Jamaican crab companion and is the bastardization of the original Danish story to begin with. There is nothing racialized about Ariel in the context of the Disney stories. She's only white because that's what Disney did back then. Let's not forget when The Little Mermaid came out, it would be 3 more years until there was a non-white Disney princess in Aladdin. Also, as this post from Freeform puts it, Ariel is a fictional character, and despite having the emotional significance she may have to redheads, she, A, can still have red hair and be black, and B, again, she is not real. So here's the tweet from Freeform, which is owned by Disney, and it's certified with that stupid little blue check mark. Yes, the original author of The Little Mermaid was Danish. Ariel, ... is a mermaid. She lives in an underwater kingdom in international waters and can legit swim wherever she wants, even though it often upsets King Triton. Absolute zaddy. Absolute zaddy. Is that like non-gender conformative pronouns for daddy? Ugh. But for the sake of argument, let's say that Ariel too is Danish. Danish mermaids can be black because Danish people can be black. Now, being that Danish folks aren't traditionally black, would that be due to the effects of slavery? That black people would show up in that portion of the world? That's another story for another time, but probably. But for the sake of argument, let's say that Ariel too is Danish. Danish mermaids can be black because Danish people can be black. Okay, so that's kind of, yeah, like I said, it's kind of pointing out, the some very bad memories from the past, but what are you going to do? They happened, and there's nothing you can do to change that. We can only be better as a people. So Ariel can sneak up to the surface at any time with her pals Scuttle and the Jamaican crab Sebastian, sorry Flounder, and keep that bronze base tight. Black Danish people, and thus merfolk, can also genetically have red hair, but spoiler alert, bring it back to the top. The character of Ariel is a work of fiction. So after all this is said and done, you cannot get past the idea of choosing the incredible, sensational, highly talented, gorgeous Halle Bailey is anything other than inspired casting that it is, because she doesn't look like the cartoon one. Oh boy, do I have some news for you about you. Ugh. So if you don't like this, you're racist. Okay, cool. Good job, Freeform. Disney's another arm of Disney's entertainment empire, their monopoly. And this is back to the article. Speaking as a Disney princess commentator, Ariel fans, do you realize that you actually got someone in your movie playing Ariel that can act and sing? I've seen Halle in Grownish and heard her sing, and she has the pipes for the role. Meanwhile, we Belle fans had to watch the monstrosity that is Hermione Granger's Beauty and the Beast, which was so utterly bad, I'm still furious to this day. I mean, hell, they couldn't even get an Iranian or Middle Eastern actress to play Jasmine. Naomi Scott is not just some white chick. She actually has, I believe it might be Native American or some Latina. I'm not sure, but I know Naomi Scott is not just some white chick. She has some, I believe, other ethnicity in her background, which, okay, so she's not Iranian or Middle Eastern. This is the thing, and Jasmine is a fictional character too, Princess Weeks. So, don't worry about if the actress isn't Iranian or Middle Eastern. She could be white because she's fictional, and it doesn't matter, right? I'm just applying your logic that you're using with the casting of, what's her name, Halle Bailey. Halle was chosen because after an extensive search, it was abundantly clear that Halle possesses the rare combination of spirit, heart, youth, innocence, and substance, plus a glorious singing voice, all intrinsic qualities necessary to play this iconic role, said Rob Marshall, the film's director, in a statement. That demonstrates the real considerations that went into her casting that I think are important. Okay, cool. While I still think all these live-action remakes are a waste of time, the bare minimum they can do is try to be creative and take risks where they can. The creatives are also well aware that as many people will choose to say hashtag not my Ariel, there will be 10 times more who will be taking their kids opening day. Ugh. Which brings up another issue. What is the intent behind this unceasing discourse? And here's a tweet. Yep. Yeah, whatever. As Lindsay Ellis brings up, okay, so we'll go back. This has been trending for hours. I'll bet cash money that this was fueled, if not started by marketing. This because it is a thing now and is still buy into it. Taking a moral stance against outrage is marketing for Disney. You'll excuse me, I had a little intruder in my office. So as Lindsay Ellis brings up, Disney knows how to market these movies for audiences. I'm not going to make you suffer through the rest of this. Tara Strong tweeted this to... yeah. I don't... Okay, so basically, if you're not a fan and getting on board with all the race swapping of characters, according to Princess Weeks, honey, you're a racist. Okay, no, you're just not a fan of all the switching of characters. But if there are fictional characters, like I said, doesn't matter if Jasmine is white, played by fucking, Gwyneth Paltrow. I don't know. I can't think of any just basic white chicks. Gwyneth Paltrow comes to mind. Or, something like that. It doesn't matter, right? Because fictional characters can be swapped at any time. So, like I said, even though God is a fan, I would never, ever want to see this. Blade could be played by John Cryer. Because he's a fictional character. It doesn't matter, right? If we get a reboot. Or, something along those lines. No, I honestly, if I can be a little more serious, I just think this is... It's manufactured outrage. The Mary Sue is a garbage tier website with garbage tier writers. They have little to no oversight when it comes to what's published, any editing, and the grammar in these articles is evidence of that, as is the content. Which I just think it's funny that a website that, if I scroll down to the bottom here, let's see, let me scroll down to the Mary Sue and their policies about commenting on articles. Let's see. Let me find it here. Okay, so the Mary Sue has a strict comment policy that forbids, but is not limited to, personal insults towards anyone, hate speech, or trolling. So this is how, if you disagree, you're a straight up racist. I don't know. It's just cringy. But little black mermaid haters, you need to let it go. I don't think anybody's straight up hating on this just because she's black. I mean, it's just on a long line of unwanted reboots, remakes, and all this race and gender swapping and all this. I mean, look at the gender swap movies, Ghostbusters, Ocean's 8. And that's not even talking about the race swapping stuff. So, like I said, I don't care. Like Jimmy Olsen's black on Supergirl. Well, Supergirl is probably in its last season anyway. So nobody really cares. Does anybody even watch that show? It lasted one season on network TV, and they were like, "Nope, go over to the CW." So that it's not that they wanted to move to the CW because no show wants to move to the CW. They just get shipped there because nobody else will air it. But this is this kind of like the authors at the Mary Sue. Nobody else is going to hire these people. So they write for this garbage tier website, and they write articles like this. We'll be talking about this a little bit more on the podcast tonight on Anchor. Speaking of which, you can catch us on Anchor, Spotify, iTunes, the place to be reviews, Twitter, Instagram, the place to be reviews. I am Etepwakuian of the place to be reviews, and I'll see you soon with another video. Like, share, subscribe. We're up to 58 subscribers. Thank you, Darth Tico, our most recent subscriber.